Again, coming back to the most ignorant statement you've heard.
We said there was more.
Let's talk about this little piece of ignorance up on the screen right now. So, Teresa, would you describe what it is we're looking at and what we're showing our audience?
We are looking at the first flyer that came out to talk about Christmas through the colonies, which was the selected parade theme for the 2025 Greenwood Christmas Parade.
Now, we talked about this an episode or so
just
ago.
let her read that part down at the...
Oh.
Read that part for me.
Yeah, listen. This is the part that sent me to the moon.
Come on now.
It says, think 1776.
Yay.
But make it festive. Santa suits, powdered wigs, parading patriots, and Christmas spirit from every colony.
Ain't that some shit?
So we have an annual.
Yes, it is.
We have. Well, I gotta get my bleep button out.
Get your bread out, Bill. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do right.
But feel free. We're okay. We talked about this a couple of episodes ago, and here in Greenwood, South Carolina, there's an annual Christmas parade. And by the way, most people don't realize it is a themed parade every year.
Every year.
Last year, what it was, Hollywood Christmas, right?
It was like
you were on a platform with Scrooge, weren't you?
Yeah, because we had to do it. It had to be a Christmas movie theme.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So there is a theme every year. This year, because they're trying to align it with the 250th birthday of the United States, they wanted 1776 powdered wigs. Now, when people were grumbling about it, this was a decision made by the city to put out this theme. And then Teresa put up a Facebook post that went quite viral. and I don't know if you want to read the whole thing to us, Teresa, or you just want to hit the highlights. But what were some of the concerns you raised when you saw this? Why are you so opposed to powdered wigs? What's the hang up here?
Well, I didn't necessarily have an opposition to the powdered wigs. Here, and people forgot that I asked a question.
You did.
That actually never was answered. My question, I never said...
Oh, it was answered in the comments, all right. We saw it was answered.
Yeah, if you had to put a little thought to it. But the thing about it was, what I asked for was their reasoning. Why would you select this as your theme? It did not communicate community. It did not communicate unity. It did not communicate Christmas. Because if you do your historical checks, Santa Claus wasn't even a thing back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, Christmas was almost a pagan holiday at that point.
Yes.
So it's a lot more than just the racial overtone.
Yep.
You didn't fact check anything for 1776. As a woman, as a person of color, my folks were enslaved in 1776. So how exactly do you want me to participate?
We can't come.
And I think that they actually thought that was cute. And here's the other thing. I don't have a problem with folks deciding, hey, we want to celebrate the 250th year of our nation. But last I checked, we had a holiday for that already. It's called the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. So why not do a 4th of July parade and allow whoever would like to celebrate to celebrate? But, maybe I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I just thought this totally missed the mark. It was ignorant and not well thought through, and it did not communicate community at all.
Well, I think the city heard you loud and clear, because the next day they took down the theme and they apologized in, I guess, a manner that Jamil didn't fully buy into, but there was something of apology made, an explanation made, and they said, we're going to go back to the drawing board and think it through. And just a couple of days ago, they came up with Plan B. So let's talk about this new poster, this new theme, and how it's so radically different than what they had asked for before. Jamil, you want to give a little summary of what you see here?
Yeah. So
what's the new theme of the Christmas parade?
It is a celebration of community and the season, wrapped in red, white, and blue.
And let's just go ahead and not call it, the next iteration. This is flyer 1.B.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So
a 1.A.
So what I told someone said to me, did you not notice that they changed the theme? I said, I noticed that they changed the name,
right,
and kept the theme. Mm-hmm. It's still the same thing.
They threw the word community in there.
It's still the same thing.
And it's
the
season.
season. And because we put Christmas trees and little bowls and balls on it, don't make it a Christmas parade. Mm-mm. It doesn't. It ain't. It don't get my vote. They don't get my vote.
I'll be at home twinkling my toes, drinking some hot chocolate with extra marshmallows on that particular day.
I just don't see the need to combine the two.
Well, first of all, it's not even 2026 yet. So you're celebrating the 250.
It ain't even got there.
Yeah, it hadn't got here yet. You have an entire year to do this.
I think what kind of bothers a lot of people, myself included, kind of goes back to the whole concept of Christian nationalism. We get uncomfortable when we see Christianity and patriotism blending together so tightly. And for a lot of people, it's a religion in and of itself. You know, you can't worship the cross without having the United States flag there to salute as well. And when you go to any county council meeting or any public meeting, you're opening up of the Bible class, essentially. Yeah. It's lengthy prayers, it's quotes from scriptures, and then you get down to the people's business.
Yeah.
And I've always been uncomfortable with that because that means you are selecting a religion right out of the gate in order to conduct professional business. And this is a city-sponsored parade for Christmas, which is a religious holiday, but now you're really trying to cram in patriotism and Americanism into that mix.
I guess my issue with the original and then what do we want to call that? Plan B?
Plan B.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My issue is still the same here. These ideas and these thoughts are being pushed out into the public, and it impacts a large amount of its citizens. So if you were truly aware of the people that you serve, somebody should have tapped somebody on the shoulder and said, maybe we need to do something a little different before we let this go. But no one is looking at the impact that this has. Greenwood City is predominantly black.
Yes, it is.
And so to slap black folk in the face, you say, come on, we're going to party like it's 1776.
Right. So, Teresa, what are you going to say to the rumors that you are holding a competing parade? Is that true that you're organizing a counter parade to this parade?
I would defer to answer.
Wish.
Listen, I'm going to tell you the truth that I would defer to answer that, but there are enough conversations that if we want to have that can happen. One of the things that we're not going to do is just keep asking to be heard and to be seen. Those days are long gone.
Right.
If you are going to plan something and you are in an elected position that represents a city that has different cultural concepts, respect those cultural concepts or get up out that seat.
And here's the other thing to that. If you live in the city and you're a person of color, pay attention.
Come on.
Pay attention. If you have not exercised your right that people died for to vote, pay attention. Get your behinds up and go vote, because these folks are telling you that they don't even count you in to make a decision. And that is an issue for me.
Let me tell y'all something. I had a conversation with somebody. I know Bill got an agenda, but there's a conversation I had with somebody who brought something to my attention I never thought about. Did you know that in Greenwood, our city manager position is not an elected position? Nobody really thinks about that position not being an elected position. So you typically hire the assistant. And if the city manager goes, then you promote that assistant manager, right? That's typically what happens. That's a problem. I think that's a problem. And when I had this conversation with this person, I went, I never thought about that. That's something that we need to dive into, because if this is going to be a position that really represents all of the city of Greenwood, then the city of Greenwood should have some impact on who sits in that chair.
Well, let me give you another viewpoint to look at it from. If the employees and the decision makers for the city of Greenwood were diverse, even if it was a hired position, which it is, then you would have diverse voices who would be able to represent various parts of the community.
True.
Which is one of the problems, is why that thing went over the first time, because you did not have diverse voices, thought processes. It was cute. It was, oh, okay, and let's do it. And there was also some autonomy of the folks who selected it, who didn't bother to run it by anybody else.
True.
And so those are issues. And so diversity, what diversity does is brings in different thought processes. It brings in different points of views. It brings in different experiences. And those things all play to make the world better. Let's talk specifically about Greenwood. It makes Greenwood better when all three of us can share our educated point of views, our feeling point of views, our experience point of views, so that we make a decision that best represents everybody. Back to my post, one of the things that I said in the post was a parade should want to bring unity to our community. It should represent everybody. Everybody who wants to come to that parade should come, feel welcome, and feel a part of
That's
it.
it.
And that was my issue from the start. I don't feel welcome. I don't feel a part. But I also think that was a strategic move because maybe we want you not to feel a part.
The 2,000 comments under your post showed a lot of community unity, let me tell you.
Yeah. So I want to thank them for posting that, because that's the unity or the catalyst or the enzyme that we needed to let you know that there is a unified front here, and you just bumped into it.
That's right. Well, Teresa, we thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for the time you spent with us today. We're going to cover some additional topics. Would you like to stay and join us
I
on
would
this?
love to.
Yay.
All right.